rather pay my healthcare insurance right now than have it for free because I don't want freeloaders going off my health insurance.
How much did you say it was for?
My ambulance ride to the hospital was $3,400 in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. on a Sunday, and I understood that that's my fault, okay?
Hello, how you doing? My name is Antonio. My page is Unapologetic Black with the Facts. I ask that you like and subscribe to the page and share this video so that we can begin to get this message out. What I need you to understand is Republicans will cut their nose off to spite their face. You have to understand that this is their politics. Their politics is opposition of anything that they feel will be beneficial to the black community in spite of the harm that it causes even their own community. And healthcare is just one of the examples of how white people rage and hatred is harmful not only to us as black Americans, but to themselves.
And how much do you think that's what we should pay?
All of it
for health insurance.
But I also have.
This is a Republican.
I understand. I'm a Republican. Put this on Facebook, motherfucker. I don't care.
I deleted my Facebook.
And I will pay it again.
I'll put it on TikTok. Though.
I will pay it again.
You will pay it again. Please don't.
You did pay it again. You paid it like 6 months later when you had to do like $4,000 to get your heart checked out.
No, I didn't. It was like one. Okay.
Rural pharmacies and hospitals are closing because they're not money makers, and unless they're part of a regional chain, they're disappearing. So Trump comes in and says, let's just hate on cities. Let's just hate on minorities. Let's hate on immigrants. And at least they can deliver on that. And so they're not even voting in their material interest anymore. And that's causing a further decay and decline of rural communities.
The most hilarious part about all of it is that Trump threw in their face during COVID, when he called COVID the benefits of having government provided health care. At the same time, promoting them to vote against themselves having that same service. This is what I mean when I say white people will cut off their nose to spite their face, and specifically when I'm talking about the Republican Party policies.
All right.
I have such great access to medical. It's good to be president, I guess.
It seems like Donald Trump made a really good case for universal health care the other day.
It's a lot easier for me than somebody that's, doesn't have access to a doctor so easily, where it's a big deal to see a doctor.
You sure did, Ali.
The doctors at Walter Reed were incredible.
Last weekend at Walter Reed Medical Center, President Trump received the highest degree of health care in the world, and it was on the taxpayer's dime.
This is an incredible hospital, Walter Reed.
According to the New York Times, the treatment that the president received would have cost the average American at least $100,000 in medical expenses. That estimate is on the low side.
I'll be the doctor here, and I promise you no copay.
Okay. Sounds good to me, Mark.
Senator, good to see you. You tweeted, Mr. Trump, guess what? The Walter Reed Hospital you were at, where you claimed you got excellent, high-quality care, that is a 100% government-funded, government-run, dare I say, socialist facility.
What they're doing is socialized medicine, and it's not acceptable.
Let's be clear, black people. White people will cut off their nose to spite their face. As much as they need health care, as much as this is bankrupting America, the healthcare system, as exorbitant as the prices are gaining, Europeans fight universal health care. One, because they fear that blacks will benefit from it. Two, the current Medicare system, because it was presented by a black president, because it was passed and pushed by a black president. White people will cut off their nose in order to spite their face. This is why I believe in complete and total separation from Europeans, because the only time I believe the blacks has really done well and excelled in America is during the Reconstruction period, because immediately after slavery, we understood the significance in separating from these Europeans as much as possible.
This is the impoverished Southeast, coal country, hit hard by the downturn in that industry. It's one of the poorest regions in America and one of its least healthy. It's where last November, people voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump. And
this is Whitley County. Like many counties in this region, voters here overwhelmingly supported Donald Trump in November's election. The county has a median per capita income of around $16,000. It's 97% white, and 88% of the residents over 25 don't have a college degree. It also happens to be the birthplace of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And these are some of the Americans who have benefited most from Barack Obama's signature health policy, the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare.
Since Obamacare kicked in, some 440,000 Kentuckians suddenly found themselves able to be insured. Most of that because Obamacare broadened coverage for America's poor. And in that group, just for example, breast cancer screenings went up 64%. Hepatitis C screenings more than tripled. Diabetes screenings rose more than 700%.
Since Obamacare launched in 2013, the number of lower-income, less educated white Americans with insurance increased dramatically, not just in Kentucky, but nationwide. This group benefited disproportionately from the law. Yet the same demographic showed up in huge numbers for Donald Trump in November. That's Kathy. She works as an enrollment counselor for Obamacare, helping people sign up for the program. Since the law was implemented in 2013, the percentage of people in this county with health insurance went from 75% up to 90%. And Kathy has signed up a lot of those people.
I couldn't even count them. I'd have to sit and figure them out. Over 1,000 something.
But here's the curveball. Who did you end up voting for?
Trump.
Perfect example of what I'm speaking of. This woman voted against the party that provided her with her job, allowed her to sign countless members of her community up for health care that they did not previously have, but yet she support the opposition, who ran on a campaign to repeal the healthcare system and provided you with no real alternative. White people will cut off their nose to spite their face. Understand this, Black people. This is why I am 100% about complete separation from them.
Real change begins with immediately repealing and replacing Obamacare.
That is theater. That's for his breathing.
Their message to Donald Trump, do the math. The Taylors are now on $6,000 a month worth of medications, nearly triple their monthly income, but paid for by the healthcare system Trump labels a catastrophe. Did you vote for Obama?
Nope.
A vast paradox in Donald Trump's America. They support him as president still. But last week, when Republicans failed to cancel Obamacare, it was like a death row reprieve. For countless voters, the healthcare debate has gone beyond partisan squabbling. Plain and simple, it's a matter of life and death.